Hello, Internet, and thank you for joining me today. Black Friday is the one day of the year that I think capitalism might be the wrong idea. Then again, after the fourth toddler gets stomped, your socks are already soaked, so you might as well grab that copy of last year's Madden for, what, $25 now? EA is a bunch of monsters, what can I say? At least before you do all that grandma trampling, we get a whole day centered around a delicious, perfectly fried / smoked / baked bird. That's right, turkey haters. If that thing's dry, it's your fault. It's your shortcoming. Get on my level, scrubs. And while I'm at it, fuck Christmas for honing in on my freaking holiday where I'm socially allowed to gorge myself. And finally, feel like cranberry sauce? God himself cannot save you. We are right to shun you as a society. Now, I'm bringing this up not just because cranberry sauce is the devil's blood, but because I just watched the movie Thanksgiving from 2023 that I was pretty sure was gonna be trash, only to watch it a couple of years later and be proven kinda half right. You see, Eli Roth made this joking trailer back when Grindhouse was a thing, and a bunch of producers sat around a table and said, you know what? We can make this work. So now we have The Purge, but with more social relevancy and better kills. So join me, dear viewer, as I jump into Eli Roth's version of what happens when toasters get too discounted for too long. We open our tale of bloodshed and consumerism in Plymouth, Massachusetts, cause we're really committing to the bit. At a department store, no less, on Thanksgiving night. The crazy people who are just sane enough not to live in Boston, but not sane enough to live where people are decent, are clamoring to get into the store and begin spending money. Money they don't have on crap that they don't need, clamoring so hard in fact that they break the barrier and start killing each other over the cheap Chinese garbage. Now, it's not very relevant here, but I did see in this scene some people that were like just checking out at like a register or something. At least I think I saw that. But yeah, it was really funny. Because there's like all this blood and chaos going on, but then there's just people standing there calmly at a queue. So fucking funny. Anyway, a bunch of people die and the whole thing is a quote-unquote tragedy for the town, but not a single person is held responsible in this universe or in this town, because apparently justice is blind to it if your bank account's big enough. We cut to a year later, and as people are preparing for the holidays, a man in a pilgrim mask starts culling the townsfolk based on a security video that the store said didn't exist. From here we get a mystery slasher type movie with fun kills and some genuine mystery that had me actually interested in what would happen next. Kind of like that one stripper working on a Thursday afternoon. You know you're not supposed to want it, but you know that she can give you a pretty fun 15 minutes. Any hooters, the kills are fun and the characters are good enough. In fact, there's actually this really crazy trampoline scene with a cheerleader that left a pretty lasting impact in my head, as well as the whole Thanksgiving dinner motif that the killer has going on. And that was also pretty hard to look away from for long, and that's pretty memorable. Now you can put all this together and you have yourself a pretty solid movie for a holiday that doesn't have very many movies to begin with. That's the very basic plot summary, but I did mention some characters, so let me go through a few that are the most memorable to me really quick. Sheriff Newland is played by that one dude from Grey's Anatomy, I think. Just kidding. I know he's Patrick Dempsey, and he's supposed to be hot stuff, but personally, I could probably best compare him to Amber Heard. Sure, some people find this person attractive, but A, I don't, and B, their acting abilities are woefully below what their profiles would suggest. I honestly remember him probably the least, despite being a major part of this story that I'm trying not to spoil, because I don't think enough people have seen this movie. Moving right along to our next character, Jessica, who is going to be our final girl TM for this movie, and she's obviously the main character driving the plot of our story. She's given a surprising amount of depth by Nell Verlaque. The character is implied to have survivor's guilt with this very heavy performance done by Miss Verlack, and the implication that she blames herself for a lot of what happened in that opening massacre. And she honestly probably does the best job out of anyone in this whole cast. Next, we have Gabby, who is this archetypical friend character played by Addison Rae, who I'm told with reasonable authority is a big deal on TikTok, but I won't hold that against her too much because she actually does a pretty good job with this character, even if there isn't a whole lot to her. Also, we have the character Bobby, who gets set up to be this asshole jock boyfriend to Jennifer, but it gets subverted here pretty much right out of the gates because he gets his arms smushed in that opening segment. So he gets relegated to be a brooding and sad ex-boyfriend instead. But he's played competently, and he's actually a kind of complex character and I honestly enjoyed Jalen Thomas Rook's portrayal of him. Now, those are the main cast members that I remember and took notes on, but almost everyone is suspicious at some point, which keeps the whodunit angle really fun. But the rest of the characters are just either red herrings or these really generic archetypes, but they're played very well by their respective cast members, and I really kind of enjoyed the whole ensemble, if I'm being honest. Okay, editing Spiff here, and I just listened back to that whole section, and it's very rushed, and unfortunately, I don't have time to go back and fix it before Thanksgiving. So we're just rolling with it, and if you will please excuse me on this one, I will promise to do better in the future. So, Thanksgiving is the cinematic equivalent of a deep-fried turkey. Dangerous, messy, and absolutely worth it. It's not high art, but it's highly entertaining. Eli Roth took a joke of an appetizer in the Grindhouse trailer and turned it into a full meal, complete with great characters as sides and great kills as dessert. And a cheerleader as an after-dinner drink. And that dude from Grey's Anatomy as leftovers so that I can continue this tortured-ass metaphor. And actually, I'm going to stop it right there. If you thought this one was garbage like me, go ahead and give it a shot. It gets a solid recommendation from me. And if you're hunting for a decent movie to watch this holiday season before the endless barrage of Hallmark Christmas movies pick up, give Freebirds a shot. That's a really good one. And while you're getting drunk enough for Woody Harrelson as a turkey to be funny enough to last 90 minutes, watch Thanksgiving 2023. But for now, that's going to be it from me. If you like this video, show me by leaving a like. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize this here YouTube channel. But until next time, sayonara, bitches.